we set our chopper up here, and you can see the video of this 7,000 square foot mansion here, again, on 24 Mile Road. Now, you can see there that the detectives are searching the grounds for gun casings and other evidence, which they do find right in front of this horse, which is one of the centerpieces of this mansion. Multiple gun casings were found. So it would indicate that the shooting took place outside of the mansion. It could have taken place inside. At this point in time, we just don't know. Now, who lives here? Well, his name is Eddie Jawad. Friends tell me that he owns multiple gas stations in the area, and actually he was just recently on Fox 2 at a Macomb Township board meeting when he was arguing against putting up a Sheetz gas station on 23 Mile Road, not too far from here, because obviously it conflicts with the properties that he owns on 24 Mile Road. He also owns some property just to the east of me. Again, just east of this mansion. All right, so what we know so far is that there was a shooting about 10 o'clock or so this morning. The Macomb Sheriffs, they patrol this. They're looking for a dark SUV that actually was seen apparently going east on 24 Mile Road, and that's all we have. Now, I talked to a number of people who say that they have been in contact with Eddie Jawad. They say he'll survive, he'll be okay. He was shot, he was injured, but he'll be okay. That's the only word that we've got. And again, Macomb County Sheriffs, they are doing the investigation at this point in time. I am live out here in Macomb Township. I'll send it back to you.
So this happened outside of the house, Charlie, and it looks like maybe the person knew the person that shot him. I mean, is that what it sounds like at this point? That's personal?
It does sound like, obviously, the gates were, they've got two gates. They've got one over here, then they've got one down there in this large property. Not sure if the gates were open or not, but to get inside, obviously, we can't get inside because the gates are there. So we don't know if this person was let in. We don't know if this person knows Eddie Jawad, but we'll see. Still an ongoing investigation.
Yeah, very odd. Lots of questions still. Thanks so much, Charlie, for the update.
We now know a 22-year-old Ohio woman now faces charges connected to a deadly shooting in Southfield. She's accused of killing her mother over a custody dispute.
It happened earlier this month near 13 Mile and Southfield Road. This right here, police body cam video of the arrest. Police say 45-year-old Ada Mae Simmons Jones had been shot multiple times. Her daughter reportedly leaving the scene quickly and later driving to the Toledo area. Police say she left her purse at the scene, and they used that along with security video from nearby cameras to track her down.
When she's arrested, she refers to herself, when the officers asked her name, refers to herself as God. Also, when our detectives brought her to the station and began to interview or attempt to interview her, she immediately asked for a lawyer. So she's very conscious of the legal system. She's very conscious of calling herself God, because you all know when individuals do that declaration, they're letting us know that they decide who lives and who dies.
Police believe the murder stemmed from a custody dispute between Donaldson and her mother, who had custody of the woman's 3-year-old. Donaldson is facing first-degree murder and gun charges. She's being held right now without bond.
Well, more shocking allegations of a sexual assault against a former DMC nurse at Sinai Grace Hospital in Detroit, and attorneys say there could be more victims. 2 new survivors have now stepped forward, alleging they were assaulted in the care of Berrios, who is facing multiple charges. Well, now a civil lawsuit is asking for $150 million. Fox 2's Scott Warchek is outside the hospital. Scott, there's a lot to break down here.
Yes, there is. This guy, obviously a former nurse, Wilfredo Berrios, right? He is accused of a whole lot of different types of sex crimes. In this case, he is accused of, back in July, there was a nurse who works for a different healthcare system. She had checked herself into this hospital. She is accusing Berrios of giving her an unnecessary pap smear, then drugging her and assaulting her physically for up to an hour. Attorneys say that she called the police and reported this crime right after it happened. They did conduct a sex assault kit, and they say that that kit came back positive. We do know there is another survivor who came forward with this particular lawsuit alleging a similar crime. We don't know the details on that yet, but they're expecting to have a second lawsuit. Remember, this guy is also accused of assaulting a woman who was inebriated in the hospital on a different occasion, and he's also accused of assaulting a woman in a porta potty out in Grand Circus Park. So there's a lot of different moving pieces here, a lot of different charges, a lot of different civil suits. The attorneys involved in this one say that they are frustrated with DMC for not raising the red flag on this guy sooner. Take a listen.
This guy was allowed to continue to do this stuff despite the allegations not only of our client, but he had worked there for 2 years. He had worked there for 2 years prior to our client being assaulted. And we think that the evidence will show that Sinai Grace had multiple chances to catch him, prevent this. Just judging by the amount of time that the known predator was left unsupervised with these patients, we truly believe that the number of survivors could be in the hundreds, and we are encouraging each and every one of them to come forward.
Sinai Grace issued a statement reading that the hospital prioritizes the safety of its patients. The hospital has rigorous processes in place to screen applicants prior to employment. There's no indication of a concern during that process. It also has processes to identify and address patient safety issues and take appropriate action. Now, remember, these are all allegations, but the attorneys in this one do believe there could be up to hundreds of victims just with how long this guy may have been operating in some of these healthcare systems and having access to different patients. Of course, we'll let you know as more of this begins to unfold. For now, reporting live on Detroit's West Side, Scott Walczak, Fox 2 News. Brandon, back to you.
Yeah, Scott, these are unsettling allegations, especially when you're a nurse. You're supposed to trust this person if you're their patient, but what do we know about the nurse's past?
Yeah, you know what? We also know that Livonia police have been investigating this guy for quite some time. He did, according to the police, work at a COPE facility in Livonia prior to this, where they were investigating for something very similar to this. Sounds like they tried to charge him, but those charges didn't quite stick. But they may have some more coming up, from what I heard from them. So we'll have to see how that plays out.
Scott Walczak reporting live tonight. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh, it was another 70-degree day, fall, beautiful, but we're told that maybe the temperatures are going to start to go down.
I mean, it is fall, so it is fall for a reason, because the temperatures are going to fall, right, Rich?
That's right, Brandon and Taryn. Temperatures will slide for the next couple of days. There's a weak system out there over Wisconsin and Minnesota. You can see the rain still on the other side of Lake Michigan, but we could see a few sprinkles late tonight, mainly after midnight. 72 here right now, 68 in Lansing. A little cooler up around Port Huron and Sarnia. Live pictures in Petoskey. Some splashes of color there. It is cooler up close to Lake Michigan. We're going to get down to 50 degrees. It does stay very nice this evening, but those shower chances come late tonight right there. Thursday and Friday looking good, but the weekend is unsettled. A full check of the 7-day coming up in 10.
Thanks, Rich.
Well, the Detroit Fire Department is rolling out millions of dollars worth of new life-saving equipment, including fire trucks and ambulances.
And you know, the latest investment is designed to improve response times while also lowering the city's maintenance costs. And Fox News' Ingrid Kelly, she's joining us live now with more and what this is going to do for the city. Ingrid.
Yeah. Hey, good afternoon, guys. You know what? This is a big day for Detroit Fire, and it's all thanks to that multi-million-dollar investment in public safety. And joining me now is the Commissioner, Chuck Sims. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
You know what? This is a major upgrade. Congratulations.
Yes, thank you. Thank you.
So what did it all include? Because this is not even half of it.
No, it's not. So we received 10 new engines. We received 13 new ambulances and some EMS and fire supervisor supervisor vehicles and battalion chief vehicles. So it was just a great package, and we're looking to get some more vehicles next year.
Exactly. You know, we were out here earlier for that great, reveal, and it was amazing just to see all of this. But what does that mean for public safety here in the city?
Well, first I want to say thank you to Mayor Duggan and City Council for approving this. What this shows is that the city is committed to ensure that our firefighters and medics have the equipment that they need to do the service that they need to provide. Number two is it just right now we have some of the best response times in the country, including medical and fire response times. So, of course, an investment like this would ensure that we can maintain that level of service.
Exactly. You know, I was privileged to actually get up inside one of these engines, and it is amazing. When we talk about technology, that's key when it comes time to anything in today's world. But what does that technology mean in keeping people safe?
Oh, absolutely. So right now we have the Host Alert Safety Cloud and the 10 new engines and the ambulances. And what that does, it actually alerts drivers in Stellantis and Volkswagen vehicles that an emergency vehicle is approaching. It sends out that message once our lights are activated.
And just before we go, a multi-million-dollar investment, the money came from grants. Where did it come all from?
I don't know where it came from, but however, we're happy to have this funding, and we're looking for hopefully more funding down the line to get more apparatus.
Absolutely. You guys are doing an amazing job. Thank you so much for being with us. And again, I mean, this is amazing to know that the residents here in the city of Detroit are safe thanks to all of this investment right here in Detroit Fire. Back to you guys in the studio.
Different from 10 years ago.
Yep.
Thanks so much, Ingrid. Well, some families in Israel are reunited while others are still waiting for closure. And tonight, pressure is mounting on Hamas to release the remaining hostages. The latest on what's stalling the release next.
Plus, it is double your donation day at the Gleaners Community Food Bank. The Weingarts family is matching donations to make sure that no family goes without. You can scan the QR code that's on your screen right now to help out. And we're going to have a closer look at how donations go a long way. music fans, they mourn a huge loss in the R&B world. Grammy-winning singer D'Angelo has died after a long bout with cancer. The singer, whose real name is Michael Archer, helped spearhead the neo-soul movement of the 90s with his debut studio album, Brown Sugar. He won multiple Grammy Awards, including one in 2014 for his Black Messiah album. In May, D'Angelo withdrew from a music festival, citing an unforeseen medical delay. He died today at the age of 51.
A fragile peace plan that's holding in Gaza could be tested in the days ahead. Right now, Israel is concerned with the return of the remaining deceased hostages still held by Hamas. At least 20 families are still waiting for closure. If the remaining hostages aren't returned in the next 72 hours, an international task force will get involved. And there's still tension in the region. Israel's defense forces reportedly fired shots at several people approaching its troops, and Hamas has not yet officially agreed to give up its weapons. Meantime, groups are working around the clock to deliver aid.
A Detroit mom and her 13-year-old daughter will be charged in connection with the stabbing at Gompers Elementary. Prosecutors say 37-year-old Lakara Parks gave her daughter a pocket knife to defend herself on the way home from school. Investigators say it was used to attack another student last week. The teen faces charges of assault and possession of a weapon in a school zone. She's being held on a $10,000 bond. Her mother is charged with 2 misdemeanors. She's expected to be arraigned tomorrow.
We saw another beautiful day out there with sun and clouds. Temperatures once again topping out in the lower 70s. However, it is a more active pattern. There's our nor'easter finally moving off the East Coast. We have a strong system in California and also a system moving through the upper Midwest. You can see some rain through Minnesota and Wisconsin. We may get clipped with some of that very late tonight. For the time being, it's all quiet. Detroit for Grand Rapids, up around Saginaw looking good. Toronto as well. Check out live pictures from Mount Clemens. There is a breeze from the north out there, but boy, lots of hazy sunshine, no complaints. 72 degrees. The dew points are going to start falling off tonight, so it will be a bit cooler as some of that very light rain approaches after midnight. 68s for Howell and Lansing, 68 in Lapeer, still 70 degrees down in Monroe. There's that breeze, northerly now, and that'll be the case for the rest of tonight. Look at Marquette. Cooler there at 48. Minneapolis has rain. They're at 50 degrees. That nor'easter is out of there, but still chilly around Albany, New York. 58. We're one of the warm spots in Michigan at 72. Watch what happens to that weak system west of us. Kind of fizzles out. So I'm going to stop this animation at 6 a.m. tomorrow. You can see a couple of light showers right over Detroit, back over the southern end of Lake Michigan, but they will fizzle. Then high pressure gives us dry weather for Thursday and Friday. A more potent storm comes our way for the weekend, bringing some much-needed rain chances. For the rest of tonight, nice evening for sure. A shower chance late tonight. We're down to 50. Tomorrow is not a bad day at all. Mostly cloudy, a notch cooler with perhaps an early morning sprinkle. And then check out that 7-day forecast. Dry weather for Thursday and Friday. Saturday, we're up to 75, but some afternoon and evening showers likely. Sunday, more of the same. So an unsettled weekend's coming up for us. We'll check it all again coming up in 20.
It is Gleaners Double Your Donation Day, and we are partnering with Gleaners and Weingarts to make those dollars go so very far for you. Right now, we want you to use that website that you see on your screen or the QR code, because today your donations are doubled. It's so good to see you. This is Kristen, so cool. She is the Senior Director here at Gleaners. You guys love this day. I can see it on your face. It means so much.
We do. We love our friends at Weingarts, and we love Mow Down Hunger. It's an important time of year for families and for kids who are back in school, ready to learn, and we want to make sure they have the nutrition to grow healthy minds and bodies.
We'll get to the double donation in just a second, but let's talk about kids in school. We know from talking to people here that have come in from schools, it is tough for those kids to sit there and concentrate when their food didn't have food in the morning and their bellies are rumbling.
That's right. We know that kids will do better in school, they'll retain more of what they learn, and they'll actually attend school more days if we just make sure we take this one worry of hunger off the table. And we're so grateful that at school they can get breakfast at lunch. But what about when you go home? We want to make sure those cupboards are filled there too.
And that's where Gleaners comes in. And you guys have been there for families for years, and I love it so much. Okay, double your donation. People, maybe they don't know how it works. So normally it's $1 for 3 meals?
That's right. Normally, Gleaners can get 3 meals for every $1. But thanks to our friends at Weingarts, every $1 is 6 meals. So think about that. You could feed 2 children for an entire day off of that $1. So every $1 that you can donate really makes a huge difference.
And it's tough right now because the economy, everything's expensive. I go to the grocery store and have to cut back. So how is Gleaners able to make those dollars go so far?
We have tremendous buying power, and we get a lot of food donated. So we can really make those donated dollars go far to make sure that kids are getting fresh produce. They're getting milk. We're making sure we have shelf-stable whole grains, getting lean protein, all of those nutrients that really make a difference in growing those wrinkles in your brain so that you could be smart.
Oh my God, you are so sweet. I love you so much. And that's what we all feel about this. It's the excitement for feeding kids and making sure their lives are great because they deserve it, right?
That's right.
So let's use that website down below right now. Go online, or you can use your QR code and donate right now. $1, 6 meals. Reporting from Gleaners, Amy Andrews, Fox 2 News.
We'll talk about budgets tightening here. Another round of tariffs means fixing up your home could cost you more. We're going to have a look at the furniture expected to get more expensive. It's after the break.